right, now it's time to go over the IEP. Now, if you have an IEP handy with you, this is the time to pull it out. So we're just going to start on the first page. Now be mindful, every state, every county uses a different software. So it might be a little different, but for the most part, all the sections are the same. So the first page is basically the identifying information. So you're going to have the IEP date. You're going to have, sometimes the case manager's name will be on there. And the case manager is the person that will call you to schedule the meetings. It is the person that is in charge over finalizing this document. So the case manager is an important person for you to know. Also on there, they would list the eligibility categories. So let me slow down. Eligibility category is basically the label, right? What your child qualifies for. They might qualify for speech or language impairment. They might qualify for emotional behavior disorder, autism, traumatic brain injury. There are several different categories your child can be qualified for. Also on there, of course, they'll have the school name, what grade they're in. But one thing I want you to pay attention to, okay? I want you to pay attention to the eligibility or reevaluation date and then the end of the IEP date, okay? So I'm going to slow it down. I want you to pay attention to the reevaluation or eligibility date because every 3 years, a child is, let's say they're up for discussion to be reevaluated, right? So pay attention to that date because that's when the IEP team is supposed to discuss, should we evaluate, should we not? Legally, a county is supposed to test. They should not let testing go past 5 years. So if you say no 1 year, say, oh, we don't need to test, then that next evaluation date, you need to have the child tested, okay? Also, too, the IEP end date, that is when you would meet again to go over the goals and the data. And it's just important because if you work like most people 9 to 5, that is, it can be hard to get off of work. So if you are aware, okay, around this time is when my child's IEP meeting is coming up, then you would be aware and could ask ahead of time if you can be off that day or take a half day, okay? So that's just the first page. Big 2 things I want you to remember is that reevaluation or eligibility date and then when the IEP ends so you can make proper plans to attend the meeting, okay? All right, that's it for the first page.